We love Suicide Squad and you should too. So I've been getting a lot of requests lately to discuss the Joker being Jason Todd theory. Wait, you haven't heard the theory about this Joker being Jason Todd? So let's fill you in, and keep in mind that I didn't come up with the original theory. That was started by Jason-G169 over at Reddit, but I have come up with my own spin on it. And remember, there are potential spoilers for this movie here through leaked images and ideas. Jason Todd is the Robin that Batman took in, and then DC decided to have a vote as to whether Jason should live or die once the Joker kidnapped him. The vote brought the death of Jason Todd, and it haunted Batman for years until eventually, Jason came back as the Red Hood to haunt Batman for not making the Joker pay for killing him. Now, the title Red Hood did start with Jason Todd. No, it was actually the Joker's original title before he became the Joker. And that's the first clue to this theory. Jason has taken the Joker's names before, leading us to the second part of the theory. The J in the Joker's face could mean Jason and not Joker. And in one of the early promotional photos, they showed the wing of a bird as one of his tattoos. So we have two potential tattoo clues. Now moving forward in the Batman vs Superman trailer, we have what appears to be Jason's Robin outfit with a spray painted message, "The joke's on you, Batman." So what's the joke? Well, the theory states that the joke is actually one of Batman's allies turning into one of his greatest enemies. We then go to the newspaper that reads, "You let your family die." Now this newspaper could lead to a number of things: his parents' death, Jason Todd's supposed death, or perhaps this leaked spoiler photo showing the grave of Richard John Grayson. And yes, that is the original Robin's name, also known as Nightwing. So the theory states that Jason Todd was tortured by the Joker, and he then became this version of the Joker through the torture. Now you're probably going, they would never do that. They would never kill Dick Grayson early on because that would really piss off the fans. And they would never make Jason Todd the Joker. How could they? Wouldn't they though? So let's have a look at the other movies in DC's history. And we're gonna look at Batman Beyond: The Return of the Joker, which came out in the year 2000. In this movie, Terry McGinnis, the Batman Beyond character, meets up with the old Batman sidekick, Tim Drake, and he learns that Tim was captured by the Joker and Harley Quinn at some point, and then tortured. Boy, sure sounds familiar and kind of like what happened to Jason, doesn't it? The torture's purpose was to get Tim to kill Batman in the name of the Joker, but at the last second, Tim realizes what he was doing and he stops himself, turning on the Joker and killing him instead. He then has a mental breakdown over the whole thing and he gives up being Robin. But it goes one step further. While kidnapped, the Joker implanted a chip into Tim that would bear the Joker's genetic makeup, and in the far future, it would overwrite Tim's makeup and allow him to become the Joker. He literally would become, in physical form, the Joker so that he can fight against Terry McGinnis. That's right, there is a story arc out there in which Tim Drake literally transforms into the Joker. So the question now becomes, is it really that far-fetched to think that we can find out that this Joker isn't actually the real Joker, but is in fact Jason Todd? There's also a couple more clues that we've received. In the Batman vs Superman trailer, Bruce states, 20 years in Gotham, how many good guys are left, and how many have stayed that way? The 20 years line lines up with the statement that has been made in interviews that this Batman and Joker would be more like the Batman and Joker of The Dark Knight Returns, and it makes you wonder. The Joker doesn't look like he's 40 to 50. He does look a tad young with Jared Leto starring as him. Now I know Jared Leto is currently 43 years old, but to me he sure doesn't look like that, especially with all of that pale skin. He looks like he's around his late 20s to me, which would be the perfect age for a former Robin, wouldn't it? Think about it, if Jason became Robin when he was like 13 to 15, and 20 years passed, that would make more sense. Now I know I'm kind of reaching with the age thing, but the more you pick apart this theory, the more it seems like it can work. But then again, it's all a theory, isn't it? We won't know the truth until 2016, and even then, they could decide later on to change out who the real Joker is and keep it secret until the solo Batman film comes up. And at that point, we'll find the real truth, that the Joker is actually Alfred. Okay, that's the craziest theory ever. I'm Benny for CTV, and let me know in the comments down below what you think of this theory. Do you like it or do you hate it? And give the video a like if you enjoyed this style of video. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Comicstorian, and I'll see you guys next time right here.